In the series that I'm doing, I'm telling stories about the wisdom of St. Ignatius living inside people's lives. I told you about my friend Kathy. Now, I'm going to have the second part of that story. And the second part of that story comes from when I moved back to Arizona to work, and I was giving a retreat one summer. It was about a 15-week retreat. Once a week we met and saw a video, and I gave them things to pray with every day. And it was on St. Ignatius, and my friend Kathy came to the retreat. The 14 weeks had passed in this retreat, and she was still asking God, what do you want me to do? And she had a beautiful way of praying, and it was, God, show me what you want me to do, but I do not take hints. In other words, you've got to be very, very clear. Prior to this retreat, and for several months, I'd told her, because she asked, what do we need? And I said, what people need is a place where people who don't have money, the people I'm working with, the Hispanics, don't have money, where they can go and pray. And so we had looked at different places. She was looking at different places. We knew that if you built a place near a monastery, then you had whatever place for people to stay, but then they could use the monastery for masses or for reflection or things like that. So we had this in our minds, that she had been out to a place 50 miles west of Phoenix called Tonopah, and she knew that some sisters were building a monastery there, but nothing looked at all promising at all. The monastery had not gone up yet or anything. So she's praying this, Lord, show me what you want me to do. It's the 1 week left of this retreat. I do not take hints. So she drives out to Tonopah for, just on a lark to see if maybe that might work out for her. And she goes to the real estate office and she says, do you have any land out by that monastery that's going to be built? And the agent opened the map, pointed to a piece of property right next to the monastery, and looked at her and said, you have to buy this piece of property. You have to buy this piece of property. It was very expensive, and within the previous month it had dropped to a tenth of what it was before, and she heard the voice of God, no hints in what he said. And it was right where she wanted it to be. The price had dropped, and God was speaking through the voice of a real estate agent. Wouldn't you have liked to be that real estate agent and be the voice of God to a customer? And so she went and bought the place. It had nothing on it. It was just a piece of land. And without any experience, she went and had a mobile home put on. She had the place bladed and sewer system or cesspool put in. She had a pump drilled, and water delivery, electricity she had to bring in through the APS. All of it as a 70-year-old woman without much experience in any of this. And she managed to do it all. And since that time, which was 11 years ago, 10 and a half years ago, probably 2,000 to 3,000 people have used her place, all of them just a free will offering, no charge for them. And because she listened to the voice of God during a retreat, Ignatian retreat, wanting to serve and be on mission for the Lord. This wisdom of Ignatius, this desire for mission is somewhat dangerous, as you can see from her life. Because if one adopts it, and if one hears it, one's life can be really changed. And one can end up doing things that one would never imagine doing. And that's the wisdom of Ignatius in the life of my friend Kathy.